Greetings everybody and welcome back to Ingenarius Cuborum, my Let's Play of Minecraft featuring Feed the Beast Ultimate Pack and to a lesser extent Flans mod. Last episode I set up a system for automatically crafting basic tracks in Cartago. This episode I'm going to build something that will make use of those tracks. In order to do that, I'm going to need some smooth stone. 4 will do it. Iron. Go ahead and get myself 3 of that. Redstone, I'll go ahead and grab a stack. Glowstone, and again a stack of glowstone. And I believe I need some gold as well. Alright, and then finally I'll do a quick double check of the recipe. Yep, looking good. Actually, I didn't need the glowstone. Well, not for that. I'll need it later, but not yet. Now, the first component I need to craft... Actually, I'm short for iron, aren't I? I think I am. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and make this simple PCB. This is a basic component in a mod called Steve's Cars, which is really going to be the focus of this episode. But first things first, blank plan on the left, and you can see this button with a feather on it. I click that, and this becomes a simple PCB plan. Now, if I take this stuff and put it in the inventory, and take the simple PCB plan and put it back up there, there's my simple PCB. Alright, now let me double check my recipe again. I need 2 of those. So, grab myself another 4 iron. Well, okay, I need another 2 at first. Alright. So I'm done with the simple PCB plan for the moment. I doubt I will be for much longer. Okay, no, it's on the edges, not the corners. The PCB is on the bottom. Iron ingots on the top, and that gets me this card assembler. Now, I'm going to go ahead and place this card assembler down right here. Right-click to open up the interface. For the record, I'm on GUI scale large and not auto. This is Y. Now, Steve's Carts has several components. You start with this hole here. You can then add an engine, tool, attachments, storage, and some add-ons as appropriate. Now, I don't really want to go too complicated, but I need to start out with a hole. Alright, and you can see up here there are 4 holes. 5 of these, but these 5 are from Greg Tech and are not relevant. There's the wooden hole, there's the standard hole, there's the reinforced hole, and there's the mechanical pig hole. I'm going to go ahead and go with the standard hole. I mean, I could use this reinforced. It requires this reinforced metal, which I can get by smelting stabilized metal, which requires this refined hardener, which requires raw hardener, which requires, yeah, it's really expensive. And a standard hole should do the job. So let's start with the iron wheels. Alright. And I'm actually going to make 4 of these. So, let's see. Go ahead and grab myself 2 logs. Craft them up into sticks. Now, not enough sticks. So 2 more logs. Turn these into sticks. Excuse me. There we go. And now I can make these iron wheels. Now, let me think. I need... There we go. Blah. Never remember which keys to get out of that. Alright, and that gets me my standard hole. Alright. And I'm just going to hold on to the holes for the time being, because I also need a tool. There are a few. There's the farmer. There are these drills. Not all of these, I admit, are actually relevant, but the one that I'm looking for is the woodcutter. Now, the woodcutter requires And let's start with these wood cutting cores. Alright, it's basically 8 saplings around an advanced PCB, which is 2 simple PCBs, 3 iron, and 4 redstone. And I need 4 of these. So let's go ahead and check the simple PCB recipe because I need 8. So 8 iron ingots, 32 redstone, 32 iron ingots. I'm kind of glad I've been smelting some iron from time to time. There we go. So now I've got my simple PCBs, which I am then going to turn into advanced PCBs. There we go. An advanced PCB in the center. Now the good news is I am not short of oak saplings, so I can use oak saplings to do the job, hopefully. Yes, there we go. There's my 4 wood cutting cores, and now we'll put the oak saplings up for the time being. Alright, so I have these wood cutting cores. Now I also need saw blades. 5 of these per tool, so 20 total. That's 20 diamonds and 40 iron ingots. Diamond 17 in the system, and thankfully a few more in the barrel. That's great. That's what I need for that. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and craft myself up my saw blades. And now combine the saw blades, the wood cutting cores, and some iron gives me the wood cutting tools. So now that I have my tool, now I need storage. Now let me think. I think realistically I'm going to want to start with the side chest. So I need these chest panes, which is... It's a little bit confusing, but it looks like... I think, yeah, 7 planks and 2 logs per. So, let's see here. Not quite. Not quite what I wanted. Alright, go ahead and put 1 back up, I think. Wait, 7 planks and 2 logs? Actually, that might be right. Let's see here. If I did this right, 7 planks, 2 logs. Okay, gives me the chest panes, which is good. 2 stacks. Whether that will be enough is another matter entirely. Alright? Now, in order to make these side chests, I need 4 of these huge chest panes each. So, 16 total times... Yeah, let me get another... Let me think. Yeah, let me go 10 there. Alright. So go ahead and place the wood and the logs again. Alright. Well, 6 stacks. There we go. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Alright. And let me double check. It's 2 large chest panes, so 8 of these. There we go. Alright. I also need this chest lock, which is really simple. Smooth stone, iron ingot, and one of those gets me 8. So let me go ahead and try not to lose track of which button on the keyboard I'm supposed to press. Alright, so go ahead and put the chest lock in the middle, the chest panes on the top and bottom, large chest panes on the left and right, and the huge chest panes in the corners. Excellent. And there's my 4 side chests. Alright. Now let me double check here. Alright. Now I'm going to have a quick look at attachments, but I don't know if there will be anything of relevance. Let's see. Torch placer. No, that's mostly for mining. Railer, no, I'm going to have it go on predetermined tracks. Large railer, ditto. Bridge builder, again, predetermined tracks. Track remover, no. Hydrator, no. Large hydrator, those are for farms, the same with the fertilizer. The seat would be for a cart that I would be riding in, which is not one of these. Ditto for the advanced control system. The shooter, the advanced shooter are for, yeah, mob traps, essentially. Carts used in mob traps. Cleaning machine, not really. Dynamite carrier, no. Note sequencer, no. Cage, not sure what that's for even. Firework display, no. So, no to any of the attachments, and how about the add-ons? Actually, yeah, add-ons probably better. Okay, let's see here. Height controller, no. Liquid sensor, no. Entity detector, animal, player, villager, monster. Not sure what use I'd see for them, besides I'd probably be fencing it anyway. Brake handle, no. Divine shield, no. Melter, extreme melter, invisibility core, no. The colorizer, no. Chunk loader, aside from it being too expensive for the hole I'm on, I've got another solution for chunk loading. See, projectiles, crops. Yeah. So I dare say I've got everything I need. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put, and I can only put them in one at a time. Oh, I needed the solar engine. Oops. Yeah, okay, kind of back to the drawing board. Alright, so another 16 solar panels. Okay, I screwed that up. Mea culpa. And I also screwed up the recipe, didn't I? Yeah, it's not shapeless. Okay. Now let's see here. 8 pistons, so let's see here. There we go. Oh. No, it's not 8. See, a half stack of cobblestone. And there we go. 6 wood. Turn into planks. So I should be able to craft my pistons. There we go. So there's the pistons, the solar panels. I also need the advanced PCB for those, so I need 8 simple PCBs. That goes over there. So half stack of iron and half stack of redstone. I am burning through materials. Alright. Now, let's see here. And the advanced PCBs again. Okay, so half stack of redstone. And 24 iron. There we go. Advanced basic PCBs. Redstone in the corner gives me the advanced PCB. No, wait, it's solar panels on the sides. And then pistons on the bottom. And then iron on the top. There we go. Now, basically anything that's not a plan, I can go ahead and, well, not a plan and not a engine component, I can go ahead and put up there. Alright, so I still got my standard hole in there. Now I could put a solar engine, storage there. Now is this in a, wow. I guess the advanced, let me check something here. Oh, it's using the compact. So I basically just wasted resources. Oh, I'll put them in the system to have them later. Alright, at any rate, the tool is going to be the woodcutter. This is going to be pretty straightforward, but as you can see here, my total time is 12 minutes and 54 seconds. So once I put coal in there, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab a stack out of here, put it up in here, and just tell it to assemble. And as you can see, it is progressing, and it's going to take about 12 minutes to make one of these carts. I have 4 of these carts to make. There is, however, 1 or 2 other things I can do while I'm waiting for that. Alright? The first thing is to craft this advanced detector rail, and thankfully it's not too complicated. I'll need 4 of these, so 12 iron. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and grab myself 8 stone, 12 iron, 2 redstone. Alright, turn the stone into pressure plates, and then with pressure plates on the top and bottom, iron on the sides, and the redstone in the middle. That gets me the advanced detector rails. Those will be used with Steve's carts as soon as I'm ready to set them up, which I should be able to get to this episode. Now, the other 2 blocks that I need are this cargo manager and a cargo distributor. Now, the cargo distributor requires more of the simple PCBs. I think I can get away with 2 of each of these. So 8 simple PCBs. Let's see, get my simple PCB plan up here. So it's, let me think, 2 of these means 8 PCBs. So 8 gold, 32 iron, 32 redstone. 32 iron, 32 redstone, and 8 gold. There we go. Alright, now let's see, that's 4 stone. So 8 stone and 2 redstone. 8 smooth stone, 2 redstone. Let me think, redstone in the middle, PCBs on the edges, and stone in the corners. There's my cargo distributors. Now for the cargo manager, I need the iron panes, which is a bunch of chest panes surrounded by iron to get me 8. Alright, let me think here. So, iron panes, I need 8 of these. So let's go ahead, grab myself 9 of these. Yeah, 2 stacks of chest panes for the time being. Yeah. Alright, go ahead and put the iron in the center. Now I can go ahead and craft these up into huge iron panes. And I needed 8 of those. And then for the corners, I need 8 of these, times 4 is 32 iron panes. So, oh, no, I didn't want that. I just wanted to grab 4 iron. Alright. There we go. Now I can go ahead and craft these into the large iron panes. And I just need the large dynamic panes, which are, okay. So, let me think. I really only need 2, but those require 8. So I guess 1 more iron? Yep, let's go ahead and craft myself 1 more iron. There we go. Now, let me think. 8, 9, 10. There we go. There we go. Now I've got my dynamic panes, and that's going to get me my large dynamic panes. Now, a large dynamic pane in the center. Wait, I think the large iron panes go in the corners, and the huge iron panes on the edges. Right? Switch those 2 around. There we go. And there are my 2 cargo managers. The first cart is about a third of the way done, which is fine, but I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and let all 4 of my carts finish up. I shall return in about an hour IRL. Alright, Well, I've got all 4 of my carts now. Now it's just a matter of hopping into the aeroplane. There is one more thing I need to pick up. And in case you're wondering, I did pick up some stone here at Byzantium, just to ensure that I had it available. Okay, evidently the thunderstorm is not good for my frame rate. But in order to actually make the flight to Carthago from Byzantium, I do need to descend quite a bit. You can see that H92 there versus the H184 at Byzantium. So it's quite a bit of a descent. Probably going to level off at Y100, I would say. We can actually see the ground. It's not too far below us at this point. Alright, so I should be leveled off. And now I need to make a little bit of an S-turn to actually line up with the runway at Carthago. I think this is my turn-in. I think. Maybe I was a little early. I'm not sure. Actually, that was late, I think. Okay. Now that's good. Try to level off a little bit better. Okay, I'm out of fuel. The good news is that at this altitude, I'm several hundred blocks away from any potential obstruction, which gives me enough room to fill up my fuel tank. Now the good news is on this side, I do have a nice reference. If I'm lined up with the grass, I'm more or less centered on the runway. Alright? And now, there we go. Touchdown. Let's come to a stop and turn around. For the next flight, I would prefer to take off 3-6, but I'm lined up for 1-8, aren't I? Oh well. That's easy enough to work with. Now, hold on a minute. I actually made a slight change to my options on that front. Okay, it's the R key now. And I actually changed the inventory to the Q key. Because I found I was hitting the E key a bit too much, and the default key bindings have the E key to exit the plane, which is not what I want exactly. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and pick up all the tracks out of here. I'd probably just barely... Well, no, I wouldn't have had room, because I also have to account for some of the materials I'm going to pick up as part of the project. Speaking of which, I need to make my way now to the project site. And, of course, I'm facing the wrong direction, and oh well. Alright, so I'm going to take off 1-8. Now, I could flugtag this, but the nature of flight, and especially given some of the terrain I have to fly through, if I'm going to go this way. It's a nice forested hills biome. Kind of crazy terrain. Let's hope I can make my way through the valleys, because really that's what I'm set up for here, is to fly through these valleys. Let's see, so far so good. I think that's a bit on the narrow side. Okay, there we go. Alright. Yeah, now let's see if I can somehow correct the bank of the aircraft. This looks good. I've ascended to 116 in the process. So can I level out? Yep. I'm in pretty good shape. Now I'm going to make my way towards Byzantium, but I'm not actually going to ascend to the runway at Byzantium, simply because I'm not going to be building this project in Byzantium. But I need the waypoint for now, simply because the actual waypoint for where I want to go, yep, just popped into view. That's right, I'm heading for Mediolanum. Now, you recall I did have to fly through a valley back there? I sense I'm going to have to do the same thing here. Again, because of the biomes. It is a bit hilly just to the north of Byzantium. For those of you who were paying attention to that sort of thing, the hills can get pretty high. I suspect higher than I'm flying right now. So I could gain a lot of altitude, which I'd then have to lose to land at Mediolanum, or I could just focus on flying through the valleys. I'll give you one guess as to which way I'm going to go. Of course, there is one problem. Yeah. The train's popping up not that far in front of me. Although, actually, I was a bit further west than I would have thought. Yeah, that's the volcano I've been mining out there. Which means that's the plane where I conducted my first mob hunt. The problem is that it's going to be a short turn to the airport at Mediolanum. And I almost think I want to descend to 80. And I think I'd be safest to try to level off at 85 or so. Of course, it has to be raining. Alright. And there's a nice little savanna here next to Mediolanum that, in my view, would be the perfect place for this. And unfortunately, it is kind of nightfall at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay down a small number of torches here, just so that you can see what I'm doing. Alright? Now, the next step is to lay down, well, I'm going to be doing this in several phases. Phase 1 is, well, first off, let me replace my power armor with my lat pack. Alright, and I think this is going to be the extent of it. Alright, let's see, 2, 3 like so. Alright, should I go one further down? Yeah, I'll go one further down. That will mean I'll need to clear this out a bit, and I'm okay with that. Alright. Ooh, too much. Alright, there we go. That's more like it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with dirt. It mines way too easily with a diamond drill. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 here. Alright. Let me actually open up my ender pouch and send the dirt back to my base. And then again with the seeds as well. Alright. Yeah. So let's go ahead and lay this out here. And I'm going to lay this out in a sort of S shape, if you will. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and clear out one further around the edges here. Alright, and finally, I can actually start laying down the stone, and hopefully that will clear up some inventory space. Hopefully this is more than a stack of smooth stone that I'm laying down. Watch it be less than a full stack. At any rate, there we go. 18. Yeah, that's short of one stack. Go ahead and send the dirt off to my base. Alright. While I'm at it, let's see. Seeds. More seeds. Alright. And finally, I guess just to finish off phase 1, let's dig this one further out, here and here. Alright. Go ahead and send that stuff back to base. Yeah, that'll work. So that's phase 1. Now, phase 2 is really going to be a big, well, 7, 8 there. There we go. And now, I can actually go ahead and pick up a second type of item, but I won't just yet. Alright. Yeah. Now, the idea is that the tracks, I'm going to go ahead and lay down this first set of tracks here, like so. I did not want that track there. Only on the stone, not on the dirt. So yeah, really just lay down my track. There we go. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. So now I lay down my tracks. I'm going to go 4, not there, there. 3, 4. Now, let me think. Over on this side, what I'm actually going to do, I think, is lay this like so. Go ahead and put these 3 here. Put one of my cargo managers there. And a cargo distributor on top of it. That requires an advanced rail there. Alright. But that means I actually have to dig this out one further, don't I? Yeah. There we go. I'll go ahead and dirt back on the hotbar. And grab myself some stone. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So, one line pretty much complete. Now really all I have to do is lay down this cart. Alright? Yeah. Yeah. So we've got power. I don't know if it knows which direction. Okay. Yes, it does. Alright, now as far as the cargo manager, I think basically what I'm going to do, see that's the green side. Yeah, these should all be continue along after transfer because they're all loops. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to green. And then the opposite side is red. And yeah, that's literally all it's going to take. Now, there is one other thing that I have not done yet. Unfortunately, I didn't really have the inventory space to bring it with me. But I can at least return to base and rectify that. But first, I think it would be prudent for me to finish up the remaining 3 loops. I mean, you've seen me do 1, so really it's not like the other 3 are going to be appreciably more complicated. They're pretty much just the same layout, except 2 of them are going to be mirrored. At any rate, I shall return once I have the rest of the loops finished up. Alright, I'm back. I did have to return to Byzantium a couple of times. The 8 stacks of stone I grabbed to start off with, I ended up using all of them, and then some. I think it was actually, yeah, that was what's left of the next 4 stacks. So this was actually just shy of 12 stacks of stone. Oddly enough, a little under 5.5 stacks of tracks. Alright. I also went ahead and crafted this chunk loader, and I've set it up to 3 chunks. You can tell from the lasers that it's covering the entire tree farm. can now go ahead and hide the lasers. Now, I've also made a slight adjustment. By default, these go to all slots. I only want them to grab from the storage slots, not from anything else. The issue is that these rubber saplings, which I honestly don't know what mod it is that gives me these rubber saplings, but these rubber saplings won't go in the woodcutter. I can put oak saplings in there just fine. I'm going to go ahead and put spruce saplings in this cart. And this cart is going to get birch saplings. And unfortunately, I don't really have the jungle saplings to fill out the fourth cart. So at the moment, I really only have 3 carts. And I have to wait until morning now, because I don't want to have to fly all the way back to Byzantium just to go to bed. But we shall see the 3 carts that have saplings in them in action in the morning. Alright. Well, a little bit of a plan B. Basically, what these 2 cargo managers are doing is extracting from the cart's inventory. Yeah, and they should all be from the cart here. I want to make sure that all of these are from the cart. I guess they were all to the cart, which is wrong. And I just hooked the tube up to the cargo manager. And I can actually get away with that, I think, because really there's nothing going in to the carts through this system. It's all coming out. As you can see, the 3 that have saplings are starting to plant their saplings, which is great. Now, as a little bit of a test of the system, this cart has the one type of sapling I cannot use, and that's the cart that's going to take care of that tree. So once it gets all the way around to there, which will take some time. Okay, looks like I've got a little bit more to do. I suspect what I need is a relay here to automatically pull the items out of these cargo managers. But I'll probably take care of that off camera. In the meantime, we've already got a tree grown here. We've got 2 other lines of trees that are currently in the process of being planted. And of course, that 4th one is not doing anything at the moment because it doesn't have anything to do. Let's see here. How much longer? This guy's not too far. Ooh. And actually, that guy also has a tree to cut down. And actually, yeah, that guy got there first. You can actually, yeah. They're both stripping the leaves and then cutting down the rest of the tree. Yep. And now that cart is going to make the rest of the way over here. And that cart's going to make its way the rest of the way around once it finishes cutting down its tree. Yep, as you can see, we've got apples, we've got wood, but we do not have saplings. Any saplings that were dropped by the trees got picked up by the carts and put in their woodcutter slots, which is going to allow these farms to be self-sustaining. Assuming, of course, that nightfall doesn't screw me over. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and craft a couple of relays so that I can automatically eject stuff from the cargo managers. And yeah. And then the system will be done in all of wood, making its way to Byzantium. And with that, this has been Ingenarius Cuborum. See you next time, everybody!